Okay, I guess we can start. So we're gonna work on Ron. Previously we did like 2 remote sessions on him. In the first one we were focusing on his inability to get out of the body, or his blockages. In the second session we focused on the issue with his wife, like how reptilians and other entities go through his wife and like cause the issues between their relationship and stuff. And like I've read like Ron's messages where he said like he had more vivid dreams and like felt tensions and different things, but yeah, I think like now we can focus in on parts like like other kind of limitations
Mm-hmm.
and just restore parts of him back, like the missile soul fragments we were talking about in the pre-sessions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just look for more stuff that we can give him and empower him and what we can do and all.
Okay. Sounds good. Are you ready to go? Or you want me to ask you some questions about it?
Yeah, like I guess I'll focus in like on other things that might stop him from getting out of the body. If there's
Mm-hmm.
anything else, any kind of blockages inside the body, implants, or like anything else is stopping him,
Mm-hmm.
and after that we can just like look for soul aspects and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So you do a scan of his body and his energy field, and then the issues relative to what he's been asking.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll just guide you.
All right.
Okay. Start.
Yeah, I'm scanning his body and I get a strong urge to go back to the crystal place. We've talked about it in a few previous sessions and videos, and I'm just gonna go there, see if there's any structures and programmings in the crystal place where it might affect him.
Okay.
Also, like I think this is the good time to practice. I was talking how I actually want to practice talking more while I have my eyes closed and just like talk on what I'm experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just gonna be like probably halted quiet, but more. I might talk more a bit. So
Okay.
we'll
Just
see.
to be clear, it is being recorded.
Yes, it's recorded.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I'm instantly in the crystal place. There's a lot of these like tables, pedestals, whatever you want to call it, with a crystal on it. I'm on a 6th floor. There's like 5 above and a whole lot more below me. It's going to all directions, like tons of crystals, different colors. So now I'm just gonna put the command to focus in on Ron, and specifically on like what limits him from getting out of body, or like whatever is limiting him in general.
Mm-hmm. And the way this works is you have his spiritual energy signature, right?
Yeah.
Sort of thing, and just like it's all kind of automatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now I'm shifting or like coding the realm where like all of these tables with the crystals, they belong to like, or like they're programming like tons of people, and a lot of them are being messed with in one way or another. And I'm like putting on command where it's focused only on Ron,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm turning sort of lights off, or like sort of making everything else sort of blurry or invisible, to where I will only see one specific thing like related to Ron.
Okay.
So
Good.
like whether it's like 5 miles away from me or anything, like I'll see the light shining.
Oh, okay.
And so like this, I'm seeing one shining, and there's basically 300 of these pedestals to the front and 5 to the left, from where I'm standing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
300 down and 5 to the left.
Yeah, the crystal inside, it has this sort of like a greenish, it's like a clinging wine or just like wines, and it's like you can see like a little, like a tumbleweed, but it's all of wines,
Vines, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Sure.
I mispronounce things, but it's
Yeah, well, W's and V's in your language is different.
right now I'm in like this sort of world, like it seems like pretty big, a big, thick forest, lots of trees and lots of vines and animals and everything else, and it's like people have this sort of sense of they want to do the grounding, be connected to the earth, be connected to like like the energy and everything else. And the grounding in that world is like you're gonna be connected throughout the vines. It's like they're gonna climb all over you and sort of like just tie you up and like really get to you, like you're connected in that way.
In
But
a good way, or a
no,
little bit
it's
creepy?
sort of it ties up, like it feels okay, but then it sort of like starts like sucking you in, and it's not like sucking you into the ground, but keeping you so grounded that you cannot get out. So
see.
like you sort of like your body stuck to the earth and those vines, and it cannot
Mm-hmm.
move as freely. It has sort of like a limited impact all over the place, where you might feel like, oh, I'm stiff, like it's hard to move my legs even and stuff. So like even like I don't know about Ron's issues in like in this present life, but if he has any stiffness or like hard movements, like like it's hard to move freely, like stretching and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like where those wines are still like energetically holding him,
Mm-hmm.
and every movement becomes like sort of like pulled on and sort of tight now.
Okay.
Hmm. It seems like that command, or like like in New Age teachings, like doing the grounding
Yeah.
is actually like like good thing. It's energizing you and stuff, but it's at the same time command for doing the grounding where those vines, it can be energetic or astral, it's gonna come all up all
Mm-hmm.
over you, and it's gonna keep you grounded, and
Yeah.
you cannot get out. Now you're stuck.
Yeah, that's in the world of aviation. It's a powerful word. You're grounded. In other words, you can't fly. You can't get off the ground. That's what grounded means. And in electronics and electricity, uh, when you want to ground something, you literally pound a stake, pound something into the ground, and it sticks. It's stuck in the ground. So there again, grounding is stuck to the ground or stuck in the ground.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of double meanings to the subject of being grounded and grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we want to, when you're looking in there, look see if there's a common agreement about being grounded. One person in the deal, one person might think this when they use a word, and the other person's using the same word, and they think they mean this, and then there's agreement. They shake hands. It's a deal. Now, problems ensue, or it backfires or something.
Yeah. All right. And another thing I'm seeing, like it's like those vines, like they can sort of connect to the body, so it's as if like it's draining the life force of a person. It's like not just like you're grounded and you cannot move, but it's like taking like your life out of you to just keep creating more of those vines to like trap more and more people or like beings to that land. Like, oh yeah, like they want to connect to Earth, want to be connected to nature and stuff and all this, and they got you and you cannot get out.
Yeah, yeah. You want to be connected to Earth and nature? No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait, not that much. Well, it also reminds me, if you have a battery, uh, it's charged, it's got a lot of energy in it, and you drive a stake into the ground, a steel stake into the ground,
Mm.
and then hook the positive battery cable to the grounded, the thing that is grounded, it'll suck the life right out of that battery.
Oh.
And if we're a battery and we're grounded, so I guess it would be in the big picture. If you're going to do New Age teachings, you might want to have a little balance in this whole subject of grounding, but not like that, or not that much grounding, or something about grounding.
Yeah.
It's confusing or weird on the subject.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like one of those tricky implants, or when people pray to God, it's like opening up yourself to whoever who calls himself God.
Uh-huh.
And so like when people want to escape the cities and stuff, and they just want to go back to nature, want to feel connected to nature, want to be free and like all this stuff, it's like for some that kind of grounding and being connected to nature is where that sort of triggers, and it's like inviting something and all of a sudden allowing it to climb all over you and ground you and keep you connected to nature, and now you cannot just escape and stuff. So it's like it's one of those like commands where like even in your past life you're just like, oh, I want to be connected to nature and stuff, and like hug a tree
You
or
asked.
like relax and stuff. Exactly.
Vines come out of the ground.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like one of those like tricky structures that you can say it without thinking too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know that like I just want to be close to nature, and just like want to feel that sort of like relaxing and like being away from cities and stuff. But it's like one of those invitations that like allow this being or like this sort of organic structure to sort of suck you up, and like you cannot get out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna take out the whole structure now.
Okay, good. And praying to God for something, it's like pray to God. That's like a rabbit. Is a rabbit prey to wolves? Do rabbits prey to wolves? Are they prey to wolves? When we pray, do we pray to God? Is that humans? Pray to? Are we their prey? Prey? Or when we pray? Yeah, it's tricky. And which God and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm going a little bit sideways. But this is more about connecting with Ron and the crystal stuff to see what's up with him not being able to get out of body
Yeah.
and being grounded, too
Yeah, like
grounded sort in the earth and stuff.
yeah, it's like it's not just like limiting him from getting out of body, but it's like sucking the life force out of him, like like draining him, keeping him tired, exhausted, can't say like lazy, but like feeling like sluggish. I guess that'd be the wording.
Yeah.
And also like sort of making the movements harder. Like you can be really flexible and feel like like really alive,
Mm-hmm.
but then you can also feel stiff, and that like sort of winds they go like energetically around the body, but like it sort of like keeps you so tight that like it's really hard to move normally.
Yeah.
So like I'll just get rid of everything. Yeah, and this crystal is connected to more people. It's just like a. Mm, I'm looking at the video game where Ron got stuck, so to speak, But there's more than one person who's stuck in that sort of structure. So a lot of beings that like want to ground and connect to nature and stuff like that, they get not all of them, but quite a few can get like sort of captured like that, and like now they're grounded, they cannot get out. So like I'm removing this crystal, and it's not just that Ron will be the only one feeling the benefits, but I feel like more beings that got trapped there will be freed from that as well.
Yeah, maybe you and me. That'd be nice. Wow, talk about having wins while you're giving other people sessions.
Yeah.
My ability to get out of body started getting less and less. About the same time I started doing this grounding technique, this energy grounding technique, every day. I did it every day for like over a week. It's a very powerful grounding technique. Worked.
Uh-oh.
Okay, sorry, Ron. This is supposed to be your session. Sorry. Okay, back to Ron.
Okay, I'm seeing another crystal standing out. Like, I destroyed this crystal, so basically, like, we're done with that. And, like, I'm seeing another one. It's, like, a level below. 200 to the back. And, like, 26 left.
Okay. A lower level?
Yes.
Than 5? Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
6 level 6, I guess. Okay, yeah, like, so that crystal had sort of like a blue gas, or like blue energy, sort of like a blue fog or something like it.
Misty, foggy,
Yeah,
gassy looking thing.
Yeah. So I'm tapping into it, and I'm seeing like a lot of beings. It's like uh, when a mist or fog appears in this world, it can trigger like past life stuff. Where that kind of fog is more like just comes at you, and literally like wipes your memories. It's like a planet, and a lot of beings are just sort of like they're just like doing their own stuff, and they don't know about it. But when the fog comes in, it's like when the moon like goes like changes its stages and the water goes up and down.
Yeah, the tides, the ebb and flow of the tides.
Yeah. So that world has a similar stuff, but with like a mist or fog.
Mm-hmm.
And when those like gases come, or like a fog or whatever we call it, it wipes your memories. And so
Wow.
beings can land and just like do their stuff, like explore, like we have like a interesting kind of plants, we've never seen them. They're by research, it's like it can like heal the body and do different things, like very advanced, like in medical terms. And people come to harvest those to get their world,
Mm-hmm.
and the fog comes in, and then everyone who was there, it's like all of a sudden like, what am I doing here? Who am I? What are you? And like and they forgot everything.
Wow.
And all of a sudden they're lost and like trapped in this world. They don't remember everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like gonna look more
Yeah.
into that.
Reminds me of that brain fog, we call it here. But here we are, we don't remember shit, and we're trapped in this world. This is like a later, or a parallel, or a similar.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I wonder why it's called like that. A lot of beings can like come in with suits. They have their helmets and everything else ready, and
Like their biohazard suit.
yeah,
Mhm.
kind of like so you can breathe on that planet, but when the fog comes in, you're out. And so some beings are like sort of wearing suits, making sure like they cannot like sort of get any of that fog, and like they have
Mhm.
their system ready and stuff. But the beings that got sort of like got that fog and like got like mind wipe and stuff, seems like it's like the gas is carrying a little I don't know, like can't call it a virus or a bacteria or something, but in the body it's like start changing your system, and you become more aggressive, and you become
Mhm.
like wild and like it's another being controlling you. And
It's kind of like smart dust or smart goo or something like that.
yeah, like it gets in your system and then you breathe it in, you lose your memories, and like after a while it builds up. But that thing that came in that you breathed in, it starts controlling your body, and all of a sudden you lose control of how you talk, and like it can like fully operate you. It's like it's a very smart being who can like make you look like, hey, how you doing, like what's up, and you can have normal conversation. But that being is like, it's like a very smart you know like
AI or entity?
it's organic. It's
Uh-huh.
like an entity, like I don't know, like a fungus, a spore, or something like it that like gets in the body.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's a small being, but it can contact the system and like read you, like, oh, this is what the being knows who you were. It has your memories.
Uh-huh.
It taken like the fog brainwash, but the being can access it, and now it can use it against other people. So now it knows where your ship is and stuff like that, and they can go to the ship and like fly out to the other planets and start living and like creating the same thing over to the other planets and stuff.
Using the person's body as a host body like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh, that's
And
creepy
then
shit.
they can like sort of drop the body, kill it, and then the body as it like rots, the gas goes out, and like it catches more life, and
Mm-hmm.
other life dies out, and it like creates more of these stuff.
This is another fog on another planet kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
thing. Wow, what a nice life. But the phenomena, there are spores on this planet that have that kind of hive mind or
Mhm.
consciousness. Yeah. And they can take over like ant body. A little ant can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
infected by the spore, and the spore or the fungi or whatever it is manipulating the little insect ants and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like that, but on a massive scale.
Mm.
Wow.
So it seems like that being like, or like that kind of fog, when it gets into the system, it's not like only you lose your memories, but it's controlling you. So now it can keep you inside a body, like it won't allow you to escape. So you're sort of trapped in the vegetative form, being kind of unconscious and aware, and you cannot get out. And sort of that other like third party is responsible for you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so like this kind of structure is like it's limiting a lot of people. You know, whoever sort of got affected by that, it's like that's still in place. You know,
Yeah.
kind of like.
And this, in today's world, we have an energetic fog, you might say. It's the electromagnetic field radiation that's coming all off all the electronic devices and even the telephone and electric poles and the lines all through in the entire world, and and cell phones. And the latest, greatest is G5.
Yeah.
But the Van Allen belt had some shit going down with it, and all these satellites around the planet, uh, and even just radio waves like AM and FM radio. It's creating an electronic uh, kind of fog, you might say, on this planet, and that is causing brain fog on this planet in this current age in our planet, and it's affecting a person's ability to get out of body, to remember past lives, to be more awake and conscious and stuff. So this can, not only is this in itself a thing that's going on, electromagnetic field radiation toxicity in today's world, but getting this will trigger people's past life trauma being caught in similar things like the one you're talking about right
Yeah.
now. And this it's probably going on right now too in other realms and or other places in the physical dimension. Yeah, what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Deep shit, freaky stuff. That big time.
Yeah, I got the crystal, and now like it's like sort of like a time travel. I'm seeing like all the planets that got affected by that kind of like misty foggy thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sort of like time traveling back, sort of like redoing everything, finding like the original place where it all started.
Okay.
I feel like a bad guy.
Really? How's that?
I mean, you know,
Ruining everybody's game?
yeah, people had it rough on Earth, and here I am, one person going and killing lots of entities, changing their lives, taking away their homes and different things. And I'm like,
Pause for reflection after session.
yeah.
Was I bad? Okay, we'll look into that though. We really will.
Seems like that thing is more like a bioweapon.
A bioweapon?
Yeah.
like a technology thing constructed or created or invented by another
Yeah, like a
race or
like
something, or
yeah, yeah,
form?
like
Okay.
other species. I haven't tracked yet who yet, but it's more like organic like force. And once it gets into the system, it starts going, taking off, and there's no control of it.
Wow.
And like that was like more like not in the nature itself, but like created by someone else and they just released and stuff. Makes you
Wow.
wonder.
Yeah. Relevant to today's world.
Fuck. Some weird creature. I don't know, like imagine the legs like a deer. Like it goes like that kind of.
Yeah, it's dog leg, they call it.
Yeah, well,
Got a backward bend in the
mhm,
knee sort of
yeah,
thing.
that kind of. So like make it a bigger, like a Taurus or something. Like not even Taurus, like a big horse. It's just like like very strong, like where they have like big leg and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So kind of like that kind of leg, but like more like a nicer, like sort of like. Mm, I don't even know that's how to say it, but like it's not rough. It's very like delicate and
Smooth.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So like it goes to, like from legs and stuff, like no tail, but like like has this sort of body going up. Has arms, no fingers. It's more like sort of like a plant, so to speak, or like no fingers, but like it has something.
Tendrils, they call them, are
Tendrils.
little things that grow. They're kind of like long
I guess that
little
we could say that.
plant plant fingers.
Yeah,
Ish.
like
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And the being, it has face. It has like a big like rounder skull, like like you could sort of see the brain and everything else in there. And those beings, they need a toxic environment to survive in it, and
Mm.
so they're sort of releasing that to be able to live in the world,
Mm-hmm.
because they're more like a race that was like tank bred. So
That
it's
was what?
that was like it was created by someone else. Like it's sort of like a hybrid race,
Uh-huh.
and they were like always in the tank or always in the one
Oh,
room.
tank bred.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tank.
Yeah, raised and bred in a tank.
Yeah. So they never had their own world,
Uh-huh.
and then these guys like got free, and like the whole room got toxic, but the few that got out like died out right away. So they like decided like, oh, they're gonna have to do something. So they were like really like smarting it up until the point where they were able to create something and just release it, and bombarding like planets with these places so that they could live. And
Yeah.
these guys like just fighting for their survival, so to speak.
Yeah,
But
they evolved into a sentient race that had a real strong survival will, and probably hijacked somebody else's spacecraft or something. Anyway, they got the fuck away,
yeah,
but they had to build terraform or change the environment or atmosphere of a place where they could live.
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. So that's their doing.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. So who's the bad guy here?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, continue.
Yeah, basically, started programming that kind of like a fog to make sure like it doesn't like mind wipe or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I've reduced everything to like one planet to where they have their own space and they can live there without affecting anyone else. They can like just do their own thing, and we're done.
Okay, good, good, good. And this wraps back to Ron.
Yeah, like
In,
getting memories back and make sure like whatever was done to him, like it's all undone, so to speak. Like
yeah.
like whatever he might have done is in a more aggressive state that like was taken over.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of his system. It's like cleaning and all this stuff. So like
Yeah.
I'll get his energy back, the missing soul aspects, and we can wrap it up,
Uh-huh.
I guess.
Yeah, and we can see. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Then we can see the backstory. How did Ron get there in the first place on that planet?
Okay.
Uh huh.
All right. Yeah, like I removed any agreements he had with those realms and decisions made, like like being a bad person for like not having the control of the body, but the body's being controlled by everything. Like so, like he was taking all the guilt and blame on himself,
Oh
even
yeah.
though he couldn't control it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got rid of that and like make sure like he gets his powers back where he's getting back control and memories and different things. So like fill it up with his aspects of self and energy and stuff. And it seemed like it's more like a mm, hmm, being on a mission, like just going to get the medical plans and different things.
Mm-hmm.
Where he ended up on a planet that was affected already,
Mm-hmm.
and so he needed to get some resources with his crew to back to their ship so that people can use it for medical stuff, like getting better health and all.
Yeah. So the basic will or the intent from Ron's perspective was, for good, for the betterment of
Yeah.
self and others, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gone bad.
Yeah.
Sideways. Wasn't the first time. Won't be the last kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
unavoidable, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for doing that, and thank you for Ron for asking us to do it. And is there anything else you'd like to wrap or overview, or are we done, or what?
I just think it was like interesting. I'm trying out a new thing where I don't just close my eyes and do a deep dive, and after I experience everything, I share what I found. It's more like I'm sharing while I'm doing it, and I don't know, like maybe it seems more engageful. I don't know. Hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, it's more engaging. I enjoy it more, and we get more interaction and all that.